Thank you for taking your time off, joining us. Hello, how are you all this evening? Hope things are settled. Things are settled. You've gone to your school, college, wherever you go. Come back home, relaxed. My name is Shiva Viswanathan, and I'm the host for this specific webinar series. And I've been a practicing designer for the past 3 decades and a wee bit more, I would say. I am also a visiting faculty at DJAD. I am a practicing designer, like I said. I'm a part of a community and a conference called DesignUp, and I also run a product firm that's called MayaMaya.ai. Right? That's broadly about me, but we are not gathered here to talk about me. We are gathered here to talk about DJAD, the school, and your intent to probably consider design as a vocation and join design education and probably a career. That's what we're going to talk about right now. I'm excited to welcome you to the series of webinars. This is the first of many that we are actually thinking of. So there's going to be one this weekend, like what we are going through. The same thing is going to be repeated over the next probable 4 weekends of sort. So there are probably 5 or more that we are thinking of doing, but we know that the 5 is for sure, right? So I'm excited to welcome you for the first of these webinars, which is about design education at DJAD. DJAD is the first private design college in South India, and it was incubated by the National Institute of Design in 2004. This edition of the webinar today is called as Design as a Path. How can you look at design as a vocation and a career path? And how can you actually learn, practice, and see the possibilities of what it can offer? So the name again is Design as a Path, Learning, Practice, and Possibilities. Before we start, there are a few things that that I want to get you up to speed on. We'll be opening up some polls during the during the webinar. The first one is going to go up like right now. I'll put the first one on right now. There you go. The first poll is up. If you actually look at the poll that's come up, you can go ahead and answer these polls if you want on to. And we'll probably read out the answers at the end of it or tell you what the answers are at the end of it. We will we also have about 25 odd people joining now, and more are going to join over a period of time, and they are listening to us right now, right? So even when you have questions, please post the questions on the small icon, question mark icon that's there at the bottom of the screen, which is in a small speech bubble. Click on that, you can add your question in, and that's the only way to get the questions on. If you want to get our attention, you can always put the hand up. There's a hand icon there that you can use to put your hands up, and of course we'll know that your hands are up, and we'll try and answer your specific question in the Q&A. So without any more fuss, I'm going to get the Dean of DJAD, Mr. Vydianathan, to quickly give us an idea about design education at DJAD and talk about design as a career path, learning, practice, and possibility. Vydianathan, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you for asking the very important, pertinent question on how design as a prospective career for the young aspiring students. Design is gaining a lot of interest and also a lot of importance both at the national and the international level. So there is a lot of possibilities that now the young aspiring designers can have for pursuing full-time career work specialization in various areas within design itself, whether it's industrial design, it's communication design, or film and animation, as well as uh, your user experience design and interior and furniture design. So the scope for design is a lot, and at DJ Academy is different because we focus a lot on learning by doing. And students don't just study design as a theory, they work on real projects and they solve problems and build their skills step by step. So we also give a lot of importance to for the students to make them industry ready. So by the time they actually graduate, they are confident about dealing with the real world uh, challenges and opportunities.
Let's actually quickly go through the presentation and see what we have in
Yeah.
DJAD. And
So
then we'll come back to more questions and I can actually point specific thing and also get the audience's questions on board so
ca-
that we can answer
ca-
that
can
too.
you
Go ahead.
can you see my video?
Yes, I can actually see your video and I can see the
Okay.
presentation too. Go ahead.
Okay. So now, as you said, DJAD was founded in 2004 by with the help of NID being incubated as the first South Indian in South India as a premier design institute, and it was founded by Dr. G.K. Devarajulu, a visionary founder of the LMW group, who helped Coimbatore to be placed in India's industrial map. Yeah, and it's managed by GKD Trust and also LMW Group as part of the LMW Group, and it's got a 22-year legacy, and it's got a 24-acre green campus, and it is the probably one of the few campuses where design is the only special. Oh, design is the only uh, domain that is being taught within the campus. You don't share it with any other schools of other schools of other learnings. Yeah. So at DJ Academy, we also confer degrees through Alagappa University. We are affiliated with Alagappa University in Tamil Nadu, and in B.Des program, which is for 4 years, we have industrial design, communication design, user experience, animation and filmmaking, and interior design. In master's program, which is for 2 years, we have industrial design and communication design. So we do help uh, the students to learn through interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary collaborations between the disciplines as well, and they also work on real life real life problems and challenges that are there in our society. Typically, in industrial design, the students in this program uh, create user-centered products and systems. They also learn about form, aesthetics, color, functionality, also try and incorporate the market needs and manufacturing technologies and all that. In communication design, the students do have a communication design. The students have Arun next. Students develop expertise in graphic design through both traditional mediums and digital mediums with very strong foundation in visual design principles. They also learn through illustrations, typography, book design, interactive media, motion graphics, and packaging design and environmental graphics. These are the broad courses under which the students work on. The other one is user experience design, which is also a field which is having a lot of interest amongst the young generation, as well as there are a lot of opportunities that are being there in the IT field. So it is about creating digital products and services and experiences which enable the users to have very uh, convenient access to information. Yeah, interior design is another course which deals with the spatial design. We also do with visual merchandising and also do with both terms of residential, commercial, as well as trade fairs and expositions. Yeah, so there are various kinds, and lightings and other fixtures are also part of interior design course. So these are the main disciplines which are there. And animation and filmmaking is another sought after, and we have a very good state of the art studio both for the shooting as well as post production. And so students are taught basic skills from conceptualization of a film, storyboarding, scripting, sound design, visualization, both for fictional short films as well as advertising documentaries. And in animation, students are also work with traditional animation as well as digital. So, and there are students who also are interested in taking it to the next level of having to go into immersive technologies and all that with AR, VR, and all that. Yeah. So the campus is a very beautiful, serene campus, and it's about 24 acres, and there are multiple facilities which are available, and there is a lot of for opportunities for students to do things together in terms of events, festivals, or even celebrations that happen continuously throughout the year. We also have good facilities for students, both in terms of canteen, in terms of playing sports areas in which they can go and spend time. We do have recreational clubs such as film clubs and photography clubs and all that. So there are multiple ways in which the students can keep themselves occupied. Also, we have very good academic resources such as the library, the media lab, as well as the IT infrastructure for students to work on. Yeah, and beyond the curriculum, we also have a very strong, dynamic 500 plus alumni who graduated and who are very much in touch with the existing students. They help the students to get internships, projects, as well as facilitate and placements. So we do have partners for doing work with the social sector, such as the craft development. We do have work with craftsmen from in and around Coimbatore and in Kerala about getting students to be exposed to traditional crafts and the heritage and the techniques in which the craftsmen work with their making their artifacts. We also have design events that connect designs with research and diverse experts who engage directly with the students in guiding them. And we've recently started something called as a Let's Talk, where we call experts from various fields to the campus who share their experience, knowledge, and expertise on various subjects of their specialization, which helps the students to broaden their worldview and also look at different aspects of design influences. So students are also taken on industrial visits where they get to see various products being manufactured, processes, methods, and students are also taken to visit museums and various other cultural centers in which they also end up understanding spaces and understanding how information are used to communicate specific messages. We do have design club, and we are members of World Design WDO as well as ADI, and where there is a lot of networking of designers across India and internationally, and students do get opportunities to work with design studios as well. Uh, Beyond then we do have, there are many uh, placement opportunities that are there for the students. LMW itself has got large number of industries in which the students have opportunities for employment. Then we do have the other companies like Infosys, we have Auroville, Microplast, TVS, Aether, Ashok Leyland, and all these people where our alumni are placed at Caterpillar, uh, Cognizant, and Neil Kaman and other places, Folly Design. These are places where our alumni are working presently. So there is a lot of interest on the students from DJAD, from the industry as well. Quickly about the admission process. So you can visit our website djad.in. In the admissions link, you can register and pay an application fee of $1,500. And if you have a valid USEED or a SEED score, then you can directly go into appearing for the portfolio evaluation and personal interview, which is conducted online. If you don't have a valid SEED or USEED score, then you write a DEED exam, which is DJAD examination, entrance exam for design. And this is a 2-hour question paper with multiple choices, short descriptive answers, and visualization exercise. And if you qualify through that exam, then you will be called for the interview, and you'll be evaluated based on your portfolio and your motivation for why you want to do design, and a few other areas that will be validated by the interviewers. Post which, uh, if you are selected, then you will be given a provisional admission, and you need to pay a certain 50,000 rupees to confirm uh, your admission seat, and later you need to pay remaining amount, and this 50,000 is also refundable in case you want to withdraw later. And the admission fee needs to be paid within a stipulated time before the end of May for you to confirm your seat, and then your admission is confirmed. So this is broadly the process of admission, and this applies the same to both bachelors of design as well as masters of design. Yeah.
If you
So
want
the
to quickly,
eligibility. Hmm.
if you want to quickly keep this safe, take a screenshot, keep it with you so that it'll be useful. Everybody who is a part of the audience right now can quickly take a screenshot and keep it with you. Vydianathan, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, right now we've finished with the first lot of admissions. Now we'll be opening up during the first week of May. We'll be opening up the second slot of admissions. So it is important. The seats are filling up fast, and I request people uh, who are wanting to come to DJAD to kindly uh, look at processing their confirmation at the earliest possible. And yeah, that's about DJAD and its background and the kind of courses that we are offering.
Let's leave the process in on screen, Arun. I think it'll be good for people to see the process while we are talking. I'm sure lots of people here have questions. If you have questions, you please put that up in your the Q&A thing, which is at the bottom, which has got a question mark icon. While you're doing that, I've got questions. I want to ask some questions to Mr. Vaidyanathan. Let me actually go ahead and ask the first one. What I want to understand is how is DJAD different as a design school? There are many design schools that have come up. There are lots of work that is happening in design education right now. How is DJAD different, do you think?
So as I was saying before, we do place a lot of uh, importance for students to do things with their own hands, and meaning both learning by doing, and that's something that we encourage, and we also motivate students to work with, irrespective of the disciplines that they are wanting to specialize in. So, and also we uh, ensure that the students work on projects or the areas of concern uh, which is related to our society, to our communities, as well as to our environment. And these are things that, so we encourage students to work on contextually relevant projects that is for our needs, or if there are gaps and opportunities that do exist within our society, which helps them to both, it sensitizes them to observe and interact with the key stakeholders, and conduct their preliminary research, validate their initial ideas, and also try and come up with solutions that are viable. So it is just not a pure conceptual exercise. It's also about something that the students mature as they go across multiple years, and they become more and more grounded and about the issues and the opportunities that are there in our society.
That that kind of that segues beautifully into the next question that I have for you. How do you make your education, design education, industry centric and relevant for today's world?
So we constantly have many visiting faculties from the industry who come as visiting faculties. There are people who come and give master classes. They do share their experience and expertise, which is something, and they also share the best practices or the current trends, which keeps the student updated about the current needs of the industry or of the marketplace. So that is one way in which, although the curriculum is kind of uh, is a starting point of the students' learning, we do constantly improvise the context of how the application of this curriculum is offered at various instances through the semesters. Uh, Also, the thing is, because we do get problems from the industry, the real world problems that the industry shares with us, and we do incorporate that as part of the classroom assignments or the classroom projects, in which the students collaboratively come up with solutions, which is then presented to the industry people, and they give the real life feedback, which is also very helpful for students to start getting to understand what the market requirements are, or even wanting to sharpen their skills in terms of what works and what doesn't work.
Okay. In the meantime, there's a question from Vijayalakshmi on the in the audience. She says, "Sir, can you please share details about the curriculum? How many semesters? Are there theory papers, exam pattern? How's the assessment done, and so on? Can you talk a little bit about that?"
Yeah. So typically we have 8 semesters. The first 2 semesters is called the foundation studies, where the students learn about the basic skills, both in terms of drawing. In terms of drawing, can be a freehand drawing to technical drawing, geometrical drawing, working with multiple materials, and also try to do basic understanding of research, working with communities, and also go through something called as a design process, which is a systematic way of going about solving problems or generating ideas, and then select the best ideas and come up with viable solutions. So that is in the first year. Second, after the first year, the student can specialize into a specific area of interest or passion that they have. As I said before, there are these 5 different disciplines. There is industrial design, there's communication design, there is interior design, user experience design, animation, and filmmaking. So based on the student's passion and the motivation, the student can pursue any of these. And the next five the next 6 semesters, the student go about acquiring domain specific knowledge for each of these disciplines, depending on what they are choosing on. And they also end up doing 5 major projects, which are the results of over these 5 semesters. And this can range from something very simple to something very complex. Like for example, in product design, it could be from simple product design that can range, at the end of it could be systems design, which is a highly complicated, complex project. So it can be a wide spectrum. Students can also work on medical product design. Students can work on smart products. Today there are many interesting ways in which technology is emerging. So at the end of this seventh semester, the students are also uh, supposed to go for an internship or select a graduation project. This graduation project is minimum of 90 days, maximum of 6 months. They work with industry or work with a design studio, and they have to come up with a proper, detailed out solution that is implementable, and they need to uh, work with a client, and they have to do things in a systematic way. At the end of it, their project will be submitted, and so that is so throughout the learning process, there is something at the end of every semester. There is something called as a jury. So while each of the courses will have course evaluation at the end of the course by the internal faculty or the visiting faculty. At the culmination of each semester, there will be something called as the end semester jury, where there will be two external jury members and one internal jury member who will evaluate all the courses that the student has done. It will be presented and there will be specific metrics for evaluation. So there are some courses which are theory based and there are courses which are project based. So I would say that there would be overall there would be about 20% of theory based courses and 80% would be the project or the lab based courses that would be there in a design education. So the thing is, because we are affiliated with Alagappa University portal is where the results will be published, and every semester at the end of the semester the parents and the students will receive the mark sheets from Alagappa University. That which is uploaded by us, we would have validated and vetted it before uploading it to the Alagappa portal. Yeah, so this is broadly the way that evaluations are, and different courses also have assignments which are embedded within the courses, and there will be one project component at the end of it, and different assignments carry weightages which can based on the complexity of each of those assignments. And students can meet the faculties and take their feedback at any point of time. I mean, they can. So it's an open system. It's just not that they need to work with the only faculty who's taking the course. They could also bounce off thoughts with other faculties or other visiting faculties to get clarity into what they are doing.
Hope that answers your question, Vijayalakshmi. There was another question from Lingesh, which I kind of answered in the Q&A itself. The question was, is there any product design specialization? I said, if you're talking about product design as in physical product, there is industrial design as a specialization which you could actually pursue. If it is about digital products, today you can call that product too. There is user experience design which can be pursued for digital products. I hope that answers your query. There were a couple of other questions, but we are kind of running short of time. I also want to actually understand about the design educators, teachers, and mentors. What are their profiles? Who are they?
So, so we have some. We have really we have something called as a governing council, and governing council consists of Michael Foley, who's one of the leading product designers, industrial designers in India and internationally. And so he's one of the governing council members. We have Niels, who's an architect, and Niels has done all fabulous buildings, and he specializes both in industrial as well as educational institution and residential too. So we have Jasjit Singh, who is working with Lund University in Sweden. He is an academician and he's a professor there, and he's an industrial designer too. And we have Sarita Sundar, who is an academician, and she's a academic advisor who is constantly working with me and the students and along the faculties in value adding to the learning experience, in evolving the design pedagogy for both the curriculum and in the implementation of it. And we do get we do have other visiting faculties who are from the industry, and they do come and visit and conduct workshops. So recently we've had Abhijit Bansod, and we also had Suresh Ariat, one of the leading animation experts, sharing his thoughts with the students while he had come for the campus talks and the city talks. So we do have, because we have very strong governing council members with great design experience and practicing professionals. Constantly our curriculum is reviewed, and we are integrating the best practices of the current days into practice for students to benefit and apply their learnings uh, so that it's contextually relevant in the present days.
Excellent. So we are kind of 5 minutes over, which is not true. We are actually closing at a 30 minutes. First of all, I want to thank the dean for his time and sharing all the stuff with us, and all the students and parents who are interested in pursuing design. Thank you too. Please follow this webinar series. Next week, we are going to talk to Ms. Sarita Sundar, who is actually a design historian and a specialist in museum studies. She's going to talk about communication design and how things are formulated in DJAD for communication design. Similarly, we are going to have one for industrial design, user experience design, interior, and one for animation and filmmaking. So just, watch the space, follow us on Instagram. DJADCBE is the handle. So go ahead and watch this. So next week, same time, we will meet again. If you'll join us, please register and join us again. If there are any more questions, please add them here. Let me see whether there is anything, any other question that is there. What about college opening? When does the college open?
So for this semester, for the freshers, it will be starting in the second week of July.
So it's starting at the second week of July. If that
Yeah.
answers that, Dhanvardhini, you can, for more details, you can get in touch with us. And thank you all for being here. We are running short of time. We'll meet again next weekend on Saturday at 6 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva.